Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS and the inventor of the CTKS method and BORSOG trading. If you're new, a very warm welcome and welcome back KS family. Please note I don't have WhatsApp or Telegram. The markets have been rallying on the back of China's reopening. The easing of CCP restrictions on tech on the property market are seen as very bullish by some institutions. The CEO of the US's biggest bank, Jamie Dimon, says that the Federal Reserve may need to hike interest rates beyond 5%. A lot is happening in China. China is suspending issuing visas in Japan and South Korea. Why? Because Japan and South Korea want to test Chinese citizens for COVID. And why is that? Because there's a massive breakout of C19 inside China at present. We've covered this topic many times before on the channel. We know that a very big outbreak is happening inside China at present. The hospital systems are overwhelmed. And there's a WHO meeting, a World Health Organization meeting to decide on the COVID emergency set for January 27th. And the World Health Organization is urging travelers, all travelers, to wear masks as the new COVID variant spreads. This variant is the most transmissible variant yet. It's XBB.1.5 and it's accounting for 27.6% of US COVID cases from the CDC in the first week of January. China's reopening definitely eases supply chain pressures. Its policies to open up tech, well, minus Jack Ma, of course, could see the Chinese economy doing very well. But we have to be mindful of how the C19 Omicron subvariant is wreaking havoc across the world. It's important to keep your finger on the pulse right across all of these global issues. In other crypto news, Nigeria is set to create a legal framework for stablecoins and initial coin offerings, or ICOs. In a previous episode, we looked at how Africa will play an increasingly large role in the global economy. The 83-page report from the Central Bank of Nigeria, headlined The Nigeria Payment Systems Vision 2025, outlines the need to develop a framework given that stablecoins are likely to become a successful payment mechanism inside the country. Binance is pushing back against a report that its stablecoin BUSD isn't fully backed. Popping across to the UK, the United Kingdom, or UK, remains committed to becoming a world crypto industry hub in spite of the recent negative events that have occurred in the market. They're ramping up their wholesale stablecoin, and the Financial Markets Infrastructure, or FMI, sandbox will be the next step in the process. It will likely serve as the first use case of what is likely to become a wholesale settlement coin. Let's pop across to Canada. In Canada, the OSC, or the Ontario Securities Commission, in August 26, 2021, said that there was a prohibited crypto. Let's find out what that was. There's just one there, Tether, or USDT, and that's on page 38 out of 92. 45 minutes ago, we got the news in that Crypto.com delists USDT for Canadian users following an OSC ban. Remember when that ban actually occurred? That was August 26, 2021, not yesterday. When you read the news, be aware of sensationalistic headlines because that's how news gets sold. US lawmakers call on the court to approve independent examiner for FTX bankruptcy case. 4 US senators have criticized one of the law firms involved in the bankruptcy case of the crypto exchange FTX for a conflict of interests. They want the judge to approve a motion appointing an independent examiner. Well, that's a pretty good idea, says Elizabeth Warren, who is a very strong anti-crypto supporter, and Cynthia Lummis, who is a very pro-crypto supporter. Journeying to South Korea, South Korean regulators target BitThumb in a new probe. A probe and a thumb, I don't know what is happening. Well, we do really. South Korean-based cryptocurrency exchange, BitThumb, is under a special tax investigation by the country's National Tax Service, or NTS. Traveling back to the US, Coinbase to cut another 20% of its workforce in a second wave of layoffs. It's reducing its workforce by 950 employees. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says that Coinbase is well capitalized and crypto isn't going anywhere, but the firm has to proceed with these cuts because of operational efficiency. It's also going to shut down several projects with a lower probability of success. But Brian didn't say what specific projects will be terminated. Members of the community have reached out and let me know that they've actually voted for me in the vote for the top 100 people in crypto, and that's from Cointelegraph.com. Thanks very much. I'm very honored, everyone. We know the price is always moving in a wave. Enthusiasm and risk-on behavior from the stock market does impact crypto. With that said, let's run the numbers. Bitcoin is currently up 1.28% to 17,437. Ethereum is up 1.10% to 1338. The probability of a 25 basis point increase in the federal funds rate at the next Fed meeting on the 1st of Feb 23 is 78.2%. It was 78.7% in the past trading session. I track a lot of things each and every day, but one thing I want to look at is what are the cases doing, and it really depends on the reporting inside different countries. It's really good to keep your eye on these statistics. The missing picture here is China. China does not report its C19 statistics. From a statistical perspective, we can't actually observe China's stats because, hey, they don't report them. It's kind of like trying to detect a black hole for scientists. Scientists can't directly observe a black hole with telescopes that detect X-rays. However, they can infer the presence of black holes and study them by detecting their effect on matter nearby. What matter is nearby China? In detecting the statistical black hole of C19 cases in China, what we do is we look at Japan, South Korea, Taiwan. They're very, very close to China, and we observe if they're going up or down. There's also a lot of news services that actually get news from inside China. The news media station China in Focus is one of those. And it has some very interesting news. The thing to understand about China's economic makeup, all the mainstream media is controlled by the government. Our analysis is always independence and just middle of the road. We seek to understand the pluses and the minuses and just balance them. That's what professionals do. When we look at what happened with the major indices, and Masterclass students, you receive my live chart in TM6. We can see the VIX actually came down as markets rallied. Bond prices and bond yields have maintained their structure. They're just moving in a wave at the moment. We can see that the dollar found support and gold found resistance. The risk-on appetite through junk bonds is increasing at the moment. Overall, but had a little bit of a wave back. Because we study the macro, these charts actually make much more sense to us. Masterclass students, you'll receive this live chart in LV19. You can see that China has been on an absolute rampage, and this is fantastic for the entire world. China coming back online will actually ease a lot of supply chain pressure. F. Scott Fitzgerald said that the test of a first-rate intelligence is the ability to hold two opposing ideas in mind at the same time and still retain the ability to function. F. Scott Fitzgerald would be so entirely proud of us because we look at three factors simultaneously. What we do is we look at the simultaneous probabilities of the market coming down, going neutral, or going up, and we seek to weight those. We know what the market did today because we can observe it through price. It went up. What about the market? What is it going to do tomorrow, and what is the percent probability of it going down, going neutral, or going up? And Just something to bear in mind. We always consider the case against us first. This makes us very, very objective. We don't have rose-colored glasses. We don't have any glasses. We just throw them out. We don't need them. But this is incredibly important to understand. When I analyzed Bitcoin's price action yesterday, I had this DNU concept in mind. What you need to do is you need to understand where the objective dynamic market structure is inside price history. As soon as you know that, you can actually make informed decisions. Because we know as professionals, you don't need certainty, you just need a strategy to profit from uncertainty. The markets are always uncertain, and that's where the money is made, but you can give it structure. And the structure you will give it will be objective dynamic market structure, as explored through the CTKS method. What you can actually see is the market did find support in this green band, and it did so quite well. It didn't really go below that green band very much. These long tail rejections are all about the buyers stepping up and supporting the price. Without this kind of analysis, you may not have much of an idea where a particular asset class is going. For example, if you look like this, where is the next stop? Where's the next resistance? Where is smart money stepping in to either to sell or to buy? Let's have a look at it. We can see that the levels held particularly well yesterday. But what are we looking at tomorrow? Through the CTKS Method Standard Certification process, we look at where the smart money buy and sell levels are. The two smart money support levels are 16,889 and 16,812. Bitcoin is currently 17,433. The next two smart money sell levels are 17,665 and 17,856. As we move higher and closer to the smart money sell levels, they are sell levels. There's going to be sellers up there seeking to take profits and also to short the market down. Bitcoin needs to gather enough momentum to crash through those particular sell levels. If we got a wave down in price, in order to go between the range of 17,236 to 17,314, that would be more than healthy. In fact, that would be very healthy, because we know price is always moving in a wave. The next support level below that is 17,051 to 17,121. And then we get back to the smart money buy levels at 16,889 and 16,812. When we tend to get big movements inside the market, it's either the longs getting liquidated, that's when we see a big wick down, or the shorts getting liquidated, that's when we see a big wick up. I can point them out here. These are short liquidations. When you see the shorts getting liquidated, you see an explosion in price. But when it goes the other way, when the longs get hit, and they always get hit, longs are hitting the shorts and the shorts are hitting the longs. It's just the way it goes. We get a big price movement down. What we'd need to actually break through those two smart money sell levels are shorts re-entering the market and the longs liquidating them through. It's not a pre-drawn conclusion. It doesn't mean it will go that way. That's why we have to do our three-dimensional thinking, not our two-dimensional thinking. Sorry, F. Scott Fitzgerald, we do 3D thinking here, my friend. In yesterday's session, it was $242 million of 24-hour liquidations. That's down to around 60, 59.58 million across 20,417 positions. Lower volumes, these shorts can actually move the market and the longs, whatever side gets liquidated basically. And when we can see 24-hour total liquidations, about 64% short. What about 12-hour? 72% short. What about 4-hour? Wow, nearly 90% short. But it's changing. What about the next hour? Ooh, 92% long. And we can observe that in price action because we see price action coming down. But overall, more shorts were liquidated than were long positions. And we can see that here. The greatest gainers in the past 24 hours. Woo! Up 15.31%, Aptos 10.5%, Ape, Shib, Hot, Chili's, GMX and ABAX. The greatest losers in the past 24 hours, really not much here. We can see BitTon, XTC, FXS, Trust Wallet, TWT, USDN, Dash, and Leo. In TM15 and TM16 inside the masterclass, we look at stablecoins, and looking at stablecoins is quite important to do so. And when we actually look at what the stablecoin market capitalizations are, we can see they're fairly flat. We can see flatness in Tether, USDT, Circle, flat. BUSD, wow, this is a sign a lot of people are losing confidence with the Binance exchange. One thing that I see here, when we get a rally, we want to see the stable coins actually moving up because more people are piling back into the crypto market. We're not seeing that here. We're not seeing that kind of support. I just want to let you know that factor. The other thing that you would like to keep in mind is the DXY. When we do CTKS Method Standards Certification on the DXY, it reveals the smart money buy and sell levels. And yesterday we noticed that the DXY was getting a lot of support in through this 103.039 and 103.129 area. And you can see that that actual support held. Why did it do so? Because it's smart money support. It's based on all of price history, not recent price history. And what did we notice then? The DXY tried to break through this smart money sell level at 103.477, 103.494. And what did it do? It got rejected because the sellers were there and they pushed it all the way back to support. That's why if you know objective dynamic market structure, the markets will not be that much of a mystery to you because you can look at it and say, I know where smart money is stepping in. I know what smart money knows. If you would like to learn how to draw the CTKS method to get involved in that knowledge transfer, just pop across to www.ctksmethod.org. What you'll find there are two levels of certification, level 1 and level 2 certification. To know what smart money knows is very, very valuable. But if you want a deeper dive, understanding how all the economic factors come together, I would recommend the CryptoTradingKS Masterclass. It's a Rolls-Royce level masterclass on crypto technical analysis using the CTKS method. The links to explore both are in the description of this video. When we look at comparative analysis, as we did in yesterday's video, you can see Ethereum held up quite well. It held up extremely well. Tether and Circle are our stable coins, and Binance USD, the third stable coin. You can see the stable coins take out quite a few positions, in fact 3 of the top 8. We are always looking at relative performance or percent performance. We can see over this period of time that Bitcoin came up 4.08%. Let's just call it 4%. And we can see Ethereum nearly up 7%. So 4%, 7%. Ethereum did quite well. But compared to BNB, BNB is up 9%. Poor old XRP is not doing too well, just up 0.5% over the same period of time. And we can see ADA doing extremely well, up over 21%. Something to bear in mind, the closer you get to the top, the less they tend to move. Turning to the next 8, we can see Solana just belting up the rankings. Well done, Sol. Doge up nearly 8% over the same period of time. Matic up just 7%. Solana up a little over 18%. Litecoin up a little over 5%. DAI is a stablecoin. DOT up nearly 6%. Looking at SHIB, just a little over 5% up. And Tron not going anywhere too quickly. And this is what we always find. The strong become weak and the weak become, please let me know in the comments. Yesterday's video was very short, but I'd like to reach out to Ivan and just say congratulations, my friend. Ivan yesterday finished the masterclass. Also, very well done to Tiana. Tiana is going through the masterclass at the moment and doing an outstanding job. And many thanks to Dan also. Dan said, the masterclass is just so good, couldn't recommend it enough if you're just starting out or have been chaotically trading the markets for several years. Almost at the real wealth section, so still a ways to go in the first pass. Go slow to go fast. Dan, you're going to love the real wealth section. From a previous video, You Name It said, not the first to comment, but the first like, perhaps. Very nice, my friend. But what You Name It actually said down below is really heart-touching. Yep, good to be here, despite facing challenges in life in different aspects. Hearing his voice and the comments here is a good way to start a day. That's really beautiful statement. Thank you, my friend. As a community, we focus on positive excellence, and all these words inside these green boxes are nothing more than habits. Kindness is just a habit. Gratitude is a habit. Inner peace is a habit. Courage is a habit. Persistence is a habit. They're just all positive habits. It's really good to think about your life like this. We are just, as human beings, a collection of positive and negative habits. The positive habits propel you forward in life. The negative habits hold you back. And we always have the choice every day, each and every minute of every day. Do I cultivate a positive habit, or do I let a negative habit just keep on going? Many people say that when they describe a negative habit, they'll say, oh, it's just me. I'm always sarcastic. No, that's a habit. That's not you at all. The key in life is to understand you are not your habits. Habits are just automatic reflexes that occur because we've just done something a certain way for a long period of time, and we've just forgotten that once it was conscious, but now it just happens automatically. Something to just keep in mind. Your future is created one habit at a time. If you have a habit of complaining, that's just a habit. That is not you. That is a habit. If you have a habit of getting into conflict, that is just a habit. That is not you. But remember, your future is created one habit at a time. We all have the choice to create positive and constructive habits, or negative or destructive habits. As soon as we become conscious that we're just a bundle of habits, we can look at ourselves with compassionate eyes and say, wow, this habit is not serving me. I think I'm going to boot it out the window. In the comments today, let's talk about habits, and perhaps just focus on one of your best habits, or it could be 2 or 3, whatever you like. What is a habit that absolutely pushes you forward in life? I'd love to read those out tomorrow. Link Jumpy in yesterday's video said, oh, I missed the CTKS Creed. Okay, my friend, just for you. These are our daily positive affirmations. These are our positive habits that we want to create. I know the universe wants me to succeed. Every day I show kindness, integrity, and gratitude. I know opportunities in life reset daily. I am worthy, I go slow to go fast. I start small and scale with BORSOG. Life pullbacks give me the strength for the next life rally. I am dedicated and committed. I win or learn and never blame. I never let a problem beat me because I solve it with positive excellence. Better habits create a better life. It's really that simple. And these habits are really, really good. If you have family or friends who could benefit from positive excellence and what we do here each and every day, please introduce them to our community by sharing a video. We'd love to see them here. We have one of the best communities on YouTube. Wow, I think it's the best. And thank you to everybody who comments each and every day. I so appreciate you. And if you've been quiet on the sidelines and don't comment, I appreciate you just as much as well. Thanks for being here on our journey together. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you tomorrow. Bye for now.